What the hell has happened to Sam?
And I'm still out. I'm still out sick.
It's probably the one of the worst times for you to be sick.
I
Um,
know.
it's the
I think
worst
it's
time.
a bad haircut. I need to do something with this.
It looks the same to me. Maggie, there's so much going on, Maggie. It's like in
What
the
the
middle of a revolution, Maggie gets sick.
what the he double hockey sticks does the superintendent think he can get away with?
Isn't this crazy?
I just like my kid's like, well, what's the big deal? Because she's not understanding it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I bring it up in front of her to somebody else, and they're like, they did what? And I'm like telling my kid, you see, it's not allowed. You're not supposed to be doing this.
But think of this, Maggie. I don't know if you thought of this. This is what they do, knowing that we're watching.
They don't care.
Can you imagine what they do when we're
Can you-
not watching? I was thinking the gall of this guy is at the same level as Sylvia Atkinson.
Oh
That's why
yeah.
they must have clicked. Because they must think their poo poo smells like,
Well,
yeah,
no, think,
lavender.
think they're all uh, they're
And
all do-
mamas,
they're all doing the same thing. They're doing exactly the same thing that she did. I have not seen it, so I cannot confirm nor deny that it is a fact. But someone went out there and basically stated and said that O'Hanlon had donated like $3,000.
I saw that.
Huh?
I saw that. I saw that on your post.
And again, I haven't gone out there to confirm because guys, there's so much going on. We need to divide and conquer. I need other people to go out there and send the information. I can't, I can't. I'm at that point. I cannot go out and do the research.
Yeah.
I'm literally the other day. I was frustrated the other morning. I was ready to, and again, I'm not saying that I'm quitting. I was ready to quit, Maggie. I was ready, like, yeah, basta. I'm tired.
Mhm.
I know that the district attorney sooner or later, some one of these people are going to come after me, like they always do. They're not going to go after Brusiak. They're not going to
Oh,
go after Tony Martinez. They're going to come after me. They're going to come after other individuals. And that with what the board decided, and as crazy as this may sound, and I was having a conversation with someone today. I was proven right. You know,
time and
years,
time again. Yeah,
years.
years of saying this. I know. And I'm sitting there telling my husband, I wish Erasmo would quit being right so I can just like say, ese loco, ya no me meto con ese loco.
But I
Because, hey, and Susan Rubalcaba, and who's the other lady? Mary Esther Rojas? No.
Kayla or Linda.
No, no, I didn't see who those ladies were. I glanced quickly. No, who's the one who's doing the
Oh,
petition?
Mary Helen. Mary Helen.
Yes. Okay. Kudos to them because
Big time.
and it does take up a lot of time. And Kaylee
Eh,
Tabuada and her husband también. Kudos to them.
Amazing.
Yeah. Who's Linda? I missed it. Who that was last night?
Linda Macias has, and again, let me tell you, I love Linda, and I've never met Linda. Now that we've started communicating, I noticed that we had some conversations, small conversations, in the past because on social media. But let me tell you, I did not recognize her. I did not recognize her. She went up there to speak, and you see, not, don't take this in a bad way, Linda. Una chaparrita, de repente, dun, 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 dun,
Mhm.
dun, dun, dun. And I'm looking at her, I'm going like, who is this? And I'm going like, oh, we'll see what happens. Man, she lit that place up on fire.
I haven't watched that either. I missed
Oh
it.
my gosh. She was on point. And I was like behind her and going like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But let me say this, and I think that as we have different views. She is, tends to be very, very on the left side. Very Democrat. I don't
Who,
care.
Linda?
Yeah, you get along beautifully with her, but I don't care. And one of the things that I think that John Shergold, and let me say, folks, John Shergold and I had a conversation 30 minutes ago. Called me up. We had a conversation. He said, he said, thank you for the post. And I said, man, thank you. Amazing job. Because what he said
Mhm.
was right, spot on. What I'm getting at is this. Look, I've had issues with all these people. You know, I think
Mhm.
Linda, because she was part of this Brownsville leadership Brownsville thing. She's very, very pro leadership Brownsville. I do not care for the group. I don't care for it, and that's where we could disagree. Mary Helen and myself, for some time, Mary Helen, was upset with me, and we've had our issues, and John Shergold and I have had our issues as well. You know, it's like all of us have put everything aside
Yeah.
and have come together. And even with the Sierra Club people, I've had my issues with Sierra Club. We disagree on some things, but we've put all that aside and we've come together. You know, and
Yeah.
and John and I talked about this. We have come together, not as Democrat Republicans, not as social media class, nothing,
Yeah.
color, sex, sexual preference, nothing. We have come together for the community,
Hmm.
for community. And that's what Brownsville needs, folks.
Yeah. And I like
Brownsville yearns for it.
what makes me think of that is Susan, I think, is more on the other side of what I think of politically.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think Susan and I are not on the same side for the most part, I would say. But man, I will back her up because she does her research. I like admire her so much. I was telling my husband and my daughter yesterday, I'm like, you guys should check out this lady, Susan Rewalcaba. My husband's like, who is she? I'm like, just a citizen. She's not a politician. She's not running for anything. She is just fed up and is doing the research and she is reading the reports. And I'm like, dang, lady, I wish I had her time to read the reports too. Or she's taking the time because I think she has a kid about the same age as mine.
Well, let me tell you, I love Sundarakawa, and Susan and I have, I think, once we've had a couple of disagreements before. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I will
Listen,
listen to what she has to say because I like sometimes John White, I'm like, whatever, it's John White, right? Like I know how where he's coming from. But Susan, I'm still gonna sit and listen to what she has to say and think
every
about
day.
it because she takes her time and she does her research. And I love when she to see her up there because I'm like, órale, ahora sí, aguántense.
Uh, le-
Get ready.
and let me say, I mean, on point. I mean, she went out there and dissected that audit report to the point where she
Yeah,
said, this word 17 times, this word 20 times, this word 17 times, this word 20 times.
I
And
saw
she,
that.
and her speech before the PUB board was amazing. And I'm still waiting for it, Susan. She was supposed to send it to me because I wanted to post it because everyone needs to be able to read it, if they haven't seen it already. But let me tell you, she went out point by point by point by point. She
Mhm.
knocked the socks off of me. And let me tell you, I'm very, very hard to impress when it comes to oratory. Let me tell you, amazing. Kayla, my God.
I missed
Kayla,
her.
huh?
I
Okay.
missed her.
Kayla, let me tell you,
Actually, I missed everybody's, but
no, Kayla's amazing, and Kayla is. I wish she was here, but it's good that It's good that she's not because I could say this. I think Kayla was one of those people that was very like vocal, but I don't want to come out in public. Not too
mhm.
much. But let me tell you, she knocked it out of the park at PUB, and then last night at the city commission meeting, my God, she almost had all of us in tears,
Mhm.
literally, because what she was saying was coming from the heart, the heartfelt words out there, and people grasped onto that because they're in the same boat,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And this is Kayla put her heart into the struggle. Yes, and this is what I've been mentioning, guys. This affects everyone here in the community. It doesn't matter if you have or don't have PUB, because
Yeah.
I think that they don't have PUB, but her mom does, and she was speaking out for her mom. But let
Yeah.
me say this: she was not only speaking out for her mom, she was speaking out for all our moms.
Yeah.
all our aunts,
No
tios,
llores.
tias, abueli, every no, it was amazing, and
Yeah.
I'm in love with Kayla. I'm in love with Carlo. You know,
Yeah.
I made mention the other day. I was frustrated, guys. I was frustrated, and literally, I was at the point where I think I told can't remember who I told. I said I'm out. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm done because it's not easy. The weight of a community when it falls on one individual, and call me, but it does. And I tell people because I'm getting these messages like a crazy man, and I want to respond to everything, and then I'm getting the question marks, and I hate the damn question marks. Those question marks like, why haven't you responded? I'm like, bitch, give me a while.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed, and it's just I have to deal with everything.
Before I forget, Miss Lamas is another one who also,
Amazing.
yes. And what I love about Miss Lamas is she will give you strength by standing by you.
That's it. She doesn't have
Yes.
to. She doesn't have
Yeah.
to say a word.
Mm-hmm.
Does not. And this is the strength of presence. The strength
Mm-hmm.
of presence, and this is what I'm trying to get through Maggie's thick skull. Because every so often Maggie thinks, okay, okay, you all don't need me. I need you. You
Oh,
know,
oh, you mean on
I
the show here?
yeah, I need you. And
It's
uh,
just that I just want to be at home by
okay,
myself doing nothing.
but I do, and I'll be the first to admit it. I need you, and it's because we have this great chemistry, and I love everyone else and everything, but no one can replace that chemistry, and
Mhm.
God only knows why, and I'm not very good at compliments, unless they're to myself, because that's what I'm expert at that, but this community hate some may hate me, some may this community needs us, and it
Mhm.
needs Mary Helen, and it needs John Shergold. It needs Linda Macias. It
Yes.
needs Susan Rubalcaba. It needs Ashley. It
Yes.
needs, it needs Carlo. It needs Kayla. It needs Sam. It needs Frankie. It needs,
Lamas. And see, and it's this, I was going to tell you that too. We've said this before. I was never going to be the one to stand up in front. I mean, I'm a talker and I'm opinionated, but I never would have been up in a public. Hey, Joe, I have to tell you a story about Joe. I would never have stood up in front of a group of people and spoken up, much less done something like this, like a show. And
well,
people have said, huh?
your speech at BISD, remember? That went like local viral.
Yeah, and that would not have been me three. That's another one that we need, Nelda. That's
Nelda.
another one that Nelda puts in some good. I was gonna say good ass, good ass research. Man, she is bright too.
And
Um,
she was there at the PUB meeting, and thank you. And look,
I
uh,
didn't see
uh,
her, but hold it. Let me finish my train of
no,
thought. But when I and I saw that we saw a video one time, I think I've told you about it before. Who's the second person and the third person to join the group? That's what makes it important. It doesn't have to necessarily be Erasmo, who's the first one who stood up. And then, but well, I mean, it helps. But then Frankie joined on the fight.
yeah.
And Carlos joined in on the fight. And then I came in, hey, Miss Kayla, thank you. I know, right? Like, what the so when it's just us two, it is frustrating. But all this week that I've been in bed sick, I'll turn on the show and I'll say, okay, Susan's on tonight. Awesome. I'm off for the night. I'm going to sleep. Kayla, I couldn't believe is Kaylee, right? Kaylee or Kayla?
Kayla.
Kayla, Tabuada, and you. Just the two of you. And I'm like, oh, mírala. She's in now too. I was thinking, there, she joined the fight on the show. When we all a little bit at a time start joining in and standing up, and I'm saying it for those of you who are still watching, but don't feel like you have input or say, or you're afraid of standing up and saying something. Even if you don't get on the show and comment, you can talk to it about with your friends and encourage other people to go do things like vote and go and stand up and say things to the boards.
Yeah. Well, and look, guys, and sometimes I'll get on my little period here and I'll go like, oh, and I
I think he
appreciate the
does
people.
that.
Yeah, it happens a lot. I appreciate all the people that send in words of encouragement, and I love the text message. Thank y'all, thank y'all, y'all will never know how much it means to me. But I still need all those people, all those 122 people, and all those other hundreds of people that watch the show afterwards. We still need you to
Mm-hmm.
do exactly what Maggie just said. Go educate other individuals. Go let
Mm-hmm.
people know. And Nelda's amazing at that. Get on your phone and send text messages. Send reminders to folks, guys. Remind people that election early voting starts on Monday. Vote all incumbents out. Vote for Elizondo Caballero
Oh,
Ortiz out of
these.
PSD. You know,
Pati Presas. That's
got
another one. Because what did Kati say? Was it this morning? When was it that I saw her? That she said if she takes her husband and her two kids and her daughter in laws, and they each take so and so, and she said at first I can take five, but if those five take others, and that's another part of the value is when we put ourselves in.
Yeah, and the community needs it. Have faith in Luis Sainz. Look, I'm going to give Luis Sainz the benefit of the doubt because Luis Sainz, we need him. We need Luis Sainz. We need Luis Sainz, and I'm going to have faith that Luis Sainz is going to do an amazing job when it comes into investigating all this and bringing the people into justice. I feel that the case is going to be sooner or later out of his hands because
Because someone else is going to come in and take over.
because truly feel that the feds are going to come rock it out of the park.
Real quick, I had to go back to this comment. What do you know, Nelda? How many teachers pull kids out of PE required course at all grade levels for remediation? Let me tell you, I had teachers who would do that. I worked with teachers who would do it because they were able to put one on one, but there was a balance on minimal amount of time that the kids were spending in PE versus how much they were getting pulled out. So I think they have to be at least at PE at least 3 days out of the week to meet the minimal requirements of minutes for the state. But I know it's hard because when the teachers are pulling the kids out from PE, they're able to work with the kids on a smaller group level and do more intervention and remediation. But then the kids also need to be out there running around screaming their heads off. Sorry.
That's good. That's great. And again, what I was going to mention was that Nelda was there at this special call board meeting, and
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you, there was more people than I expected there to be, but she didn't get to speak. But presence there for me was very powerful, and that's what we need. And you mentioned that on Miss Lamas, just the presence there. She was there at the city commission. Just the presence there is like we got your back, and
When the
I
first time I went and I spoke, the AOBE or the other board members came and stood behind me. That alone,
yeah.
just that physical nearness behind me, gave me the strength to try and make sure my voice stopped shaking. After that, from here on after, I don't feel like I need someone standing behind me because now I have the strength within me because I know people, if not physically,
They're there.
emotionally, and mentally, are there for me and with me.
Yeah, and that's what I
David's
believe.
another one also.
Good evening. Yeah, David's amazing. I love David.
Mhm.
Good evening. Good evening. Let me say, and this is one of the things that I think where a lot of people don't foresee the power behind the things that we do. And I say this with all humility, although I have very little. That we might have 122 people on right now. That's what the number says up there. We might have 51 on YouTube. We might have that number, but I truly believe that the number of folk that are out there screaming for us to be out here, to keep them informed, to fight the fight, to be that voice, outweighs and supersedes any number that we see on the screen. Because again, one thing that I mentioned at the city commission meeting yesterday is we have to speak for tens of thousands of people that can't vote, who are here illegally, who are here with vote residency card that can't vote and don't feel that they can express themselves.
Well, they're ill.
Huh?
A lot of people are ill. No pueden votar.
Illegals. There's a lot of illegal people here. And again, we might have our differences in regards to people coming over, and I have these differences with Carlo. That's okay. With people that come over here illegally, he says amnesty. That's fine, whatever. Uh, Let me say, once they're here, we have to do what's right towards them. I've always said that, and I'll continue to say that. It's what It's what um, Kayla said. We have to show
Yeah.
our humanity towards anyone that is in that need. And these people, once they're here, it's our responsibility to oversee and to take care of the basic needs that they have.
Yeah.
This is where our city commission has failed us. Failed.
Absolutely.
They have not seen for what is in the best interest and the needs of our community. They knew.
I'd like to say, except for Commissioner De Los Santos, I still have faith that he stands up. Isn't he the one who voted against the
Yes,
PUB?
yes,
Yeah.
100%.
So
So, and again, credit to, no, let me say, and I've made mention of it. I give a lot of credit to Commissioner de las Chanclas, a lot of credit. I mean, he is the one, and he knows that I call him that. He is
see,
the
ya
one,
sabe. Who's back there?
the intern.
Ah,
Intern.
okay. Yes, yes, intern. Commissioner De Los Santos knows, and he's approved it. He's
Yeah, he's
okay
approved it.
with it.
He's okay.
Yeah.
But Commissioner Lozano, and again, he told me, he said, Erasmo, as soon as we have the audit, he goes, as soon as we have the audit, as soon as it gets, okayed by the commission, he goes, you're going to be one of the first ones to have it. And I said, okay. And let me say, I believed it to a certain degree, you know, but sure enough, that evening I had the damn audit, you
Because
know?
the other commissioners are not doing anything for us, as far as I can see,
Yeah.
other than the bike trails.
I'm going to give a little bit of credit to Commissioner Pedro Cardenas. Commissioner
Is he
Pedro
standing up now?
Commissioner Pedro Cardenas is being a lot more vocal.
Good.
He's he is one of those that's basically saying, without saying it, guys, I'm new here. I had absolutely nothing to do with this or with these people here. Which is it's a good place to be in right now. Golonsky can't say the same. John
Mm-mm.
Cowan can't say the same. They can't say the same. Commissioner Tetro, I love you, cannot say the same. You know, Mayor Mendez cannot say the same.
Mm-mm.
So these two individuals are to this, and Rose Gowan, she's knees deep in all this. She was Tony Martinez's little bed buddy out there. So again, the only two that are on the margin of all this, Commissioner de las Chanclas and Pedro Cardenas. And let me tell you, I've had conversations with both. And, they're out there and saying, in regards to this, to the Tanasca thing, we had nothing to do with it. And going to believe that that's a fact as of right now. My only slight concern, Commissioner Chanclas, is that, he was on so many boards and committees, you know, was he aware of anything in this respect? Because, Maggie, if I knew, Juan Montoya knew,
Yeah.
more people inside definitely knew, and that's what I didn't want people to lose focus at, because and again, I had conversations with all the group, and I said, guys, let's please not lose focus. Getting rid of Brusiak is not enough.
Yeah.
Don't go for the squirrel. Getting rid of Brusiak is not enough. We want everyone that had anything to do with the deception, the lying, the misrepresentation, everyone to be held accountable.
Y qué padre. I know it's part of, what would it be, the American way, the democratic way, to put someone on paid leave because you need to give them the opportunity to defend themselves or whatever. Much better, David. Thank you. But paid leave with, I mean, leave with pay. When the superintendent sent me my cease and desist, my husband was in an uproar. He was like, "What's going to happen? What if you get fired?" And AOBE told me the only thing they can do is put you on leave with pay. And I'm like, "Pues órale, to a month, 2 months of at home. I mean, you're at home stressed out anyway, but who doesn't want to be at home getting full pay?"
Well, let me tell you,
So
John Shergold. I don't know if you saw the clips, because I put out the clips from yesterday's city commission meeting. John Shergold said it best, because John Shergold constantly fights at the district and at the city for the employees. You know,
Mhm.
for union for individuals whose rights are being trampled. He does that, and let me tell you, he said it best. He goes, "I have dealt with individuals that work for the city that have been placed on leave without pay
Mhm.
for lesser things than this."
Mhm.
And he's spot on correct. Right.
Absolutely, yes. How much is Bruciak's income anyway?
$350,000 a year, $30,000 a month.
Por favor. He's got enough cush somewhere that he could live off of 2 months no pay. Hey, you're like way behind in the comments. Orale.
I'm going to try. Good evening, Maggie. Several of us are looking things up and verifying that Erasmo has been correct. Unfortunately, not everyone wants to believe the truth, calling it negativity. And yes, but let me say something. Another, correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of the people that were calling Erasmo negative, negative, tremendous, dropped the mic. He called him out. A lot of those people are now going, crap,
Mm-hmm.
we got screwed because even those people who were calling me negative and a naysayer and a doubter and hocicón, loudmouth, all those people are freaking out that Erasmo Castro was on point. Juan Montoya, sooner or later, out on point. This cat pressed the button on the iPad. Such a fat cat. All of y'all are badasses. Keep on kicking ass. We miss you, Maggie.
Thank you. There's
Hey,
another one also because Claudia and oh,
Miguel.
I was gonna say Michael. I knew that wasn't right. Claudia and Michael always show up to things that are going on in Brownsville, and I love it that Miguel is always taking pictures and posting also what's going on. This is
Amazing.
another thing that we need.
Yeah, and they have that Anthropolis, and
Yes.
they're coming on up, and we need them.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
we can all agree to disagree, 100%.
Yep.
Hello, my dear beloved friends. Sound mind, love you. Good evening.
This is another one. I thought about her earlier too. Miss Murillo has been my own personal cheerleader, and I've yet to take her out for breakfast or lunch. I've been wanting to. I haven't even met her personally.
You
I
haven't?
haven't met her. I think I saw her, Miss Murillo. Was that you outside TJ Maxx? Because I'm like all like, yay, hi. Then I'm thinking that might not be who I think it is.
She's amazing. Hey, Maggie. We are adults united for the right causes and on the side of overall community, 100%. Susan should run for. Let me tell you, yes, I'd love Susan to run for mayor or for
Commissioner.
commissioner at large.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not joking, guys. We need change. And one of the things that John Sherrill mentioned was that I'm serious. I know that you don't believe me. He did that. He said this. Why are you looking the other way? One of the things that John Sherrill, he went out there. He said, he goes, these people are the ones that you need to be putting on that. Yeah, he did say that.
On the
These
board.
are the people on the board, and he's exactly right. You got to stop putting the yes people, the the compadres. You got to start putting normal people up on there. You don't have to like us all. Just put normal people up there. It would give you a whole heck lot of more credibility than you have right now.
Who's on the El Jardín or Jardín Hotel or Jardín Apartments? Who's on that board? Or
John
no?
Cowan, it's the housing Brownsville Housing Board Committee.
Okay, who's on that board? Because I was trying to tell my husband
Sampaio.
how they, Sampaio. That's who I thought it was. So that's what I was telling my husband. One of the city commissioners and one of the PUB commission board members are all on that board. So they all overlap each other on boards.
100%. We all have to pay you 100%. Good evening. Good evening. Using their own words against them. Genius. That's super
Yeah.
amazing. Please be on tomorrow, Maggie. I can help shed a lot of light. Yes, Commissioner Los Santos will be on tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
I will
Maggie
try.
will be on. So it will be Commissioner Roy Las Chanclas and Maggie and myself. And thank you. It's going to be a great show. And again, and I don't know if he heard us say it again. Thank you. Thank you for keeping your word. You know, uh,
And for answering his questions.
Yeah, and again, this is another case. Commissioner Las Chancas and I don't agree on a lot of stuff,
But he's the only one who's had the cojones to get on the show.
and I'm praying that it doesn't matter if we don't agree on everything.
Hmm.
What is concerning to me is that we agree on the right thing.
Hmm.
That's the only thing that concerns me. Don't care about anything else. Don't care about putting up flags and all this other crap and this and that and here and there. Don't
I
care about
do.
all that. Well, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as long as we agree on which is right now hurting, affecting our community, I'm good.
Sorry.
You're okay. Every one of you are heroes. Let me tell you, anyone and everyone that has been vocal, that has, I'm sorry, Zeke Silva, Zeke Silva. You
I
know,
talked to his son and I was telling him, your dad needs to be on the Erasmo show more often. His son didn't see it. He goes, so I need to watch it. And I'm like, yeah. But then I couldn't remember what date it was on.
I can't remember. He did a great job.
Yes.
They should know because it was the show right after they got accused of by that Ramiro.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they should know the date. But look, Zeke, and I'm very, very proud. Zeke has come out. I mean, came out at the PUB meeting, came out at the city commission meeting, went out there and spoke. I think he's had enough. Not only that, is that he's going out there and doing interviews, and it was kind of a trippy deal because, I praised Rudy Mireles, and let me tell you, I'm in love with Rudy Mireles. I don't care what anyone says. I'm in love with that guy, and
Sorry.
I'm in love. Putting your butt in my face. Love with Rudy Dallas, and has done an amazing job. And then he throws all those papers on the desk saying, "I'm coming for you." Oh
Oh,
my
nice.
god! We're like, what the hell? That's powerful, Maggie. I don't
Hmm.
care. Derek Garcia, amazing job, Derek. And Derek and I have had our issues. Again, we've had our little struggles. We don't get along. But for this, had a conversation. I said, "Man, great job." He goes, "Yeah, I'm just." He said, "He goes, I'm just upset that you beat me to the punch in regards to the Luis Sainz thing." I said, "Like, man, you can take credit for that. I don't care. I don't care about the credit. I just want action." And
I don't care about the credit. But go on.
uh, I care about my big head, but I don't care so much about the credit because let me tell you, I was stepping aside and I was directing who was going to be speaking in front of the camera. And, again, in regards to like, hey, your turn, go here, come here, you talk in front of Telemundo, Channel 4, Channel 5. It was amazing. I did an amazing job, and I did not need to come out on TV. I don't. That's what people understand. I don't need the exposure. I already have the exposure. I don't need it. And it is a plus for all the news media to get other people because it's not just an Erasmo thing. Let me tell you, one of the things that I noticed yesterday, Maggie, and I think I shared this last night, is that at the start of the meeting, people were coming to me.
Mhm.
The mayor came straight to me. I've always been respectful to the mayor, always will be respectful to the mayor, and to every single city commission on there. Came to me, says Erasmo, just to let you know, for y'all that are going to be speaking, came to me, and you could either speak 3 minutes at the public comment or before the item. And I said, Mayor, okay, sure, I'll let them know, but I'm not, I'm not the leader of the pack.
But
There
that
is
was so cool to let you know that because he doesn't have to let you know that.
Yeah, and again, and I appreciate that. And then the police officer came and directed to me, Erasmo, as they just no holding up signs, and I'm going like, I don't have any signs, but Mary Hallen had a sign, so it was like, and what I'm trying to get that is they were directing it towards me, and I hope what they learned was that it's not an Erasmo
Yeah.
thing, folks.
Mhm.
It's
Not
not an
anymore.
Erasmo. It's a community thing.
Hmm.
Not an Erasmo thing. And I'm hoping that they're seeing it more now. And after watching these shows, I hope that it really, really sinks in. I'm not calling everyone out there personally. Like you. People are coming
Hmm.
because
Absolutely.
if you open the floodgates, you're going to get soaked. And this is what's happened, guys. And the individuals that opened the floodgates for this place to get flooded are anyone that was in management at Tenasca, at PUB. anyone that had any knowledge, all those individuals like Eddie Trevino, all those contractors that made a freaking killing, knowing Maggie, knowing that it was dead in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't care. I don't care if you're a Democrat or if you're a Republican. I don't care, guys. Eddie Trevino screwed this community. He should stand at a higher level ethically because of his oath
Yeah.
as an attorney and as an elected
Yeah.
official.
Absolutely.
And he should have said something because he represents you and me.
Like seriously, he should be bowing out right now,
You,
along with hoping that people don't come after him or the law doesn't come after him.
oh,
Tony Martinez mínimo bowed out and he took his money and ran. Pero
Tony
Trevino
Martinez,
todavía, ah?
Tony Martinez needs to be prosecuted to
Well,
the
they all do. I agree. They all do.
fullest extent of the law. But Eddie Trevino he's ashamed of himself,
Mhm.
and then comes out and says, "Well, let's put the audit behind us." Screw you! No, put the audit behind us. No, because it calls you out for the rata that you are, and it's not a Democrat thing, folks. It's not a Republican thing. It's a
No.
community thing. And anyone out there that votes for Eddie Trevino, you're voting for corruption.
And
Any
it is absolute sin vergüenza.
sin vergüenza.
Not a person who is sin vergüenza, pero absolutely sin vergüenza. No shame.
No shame. He put money in his pocket that was coming from grandmothers,
Yes.
tias, tios, the poor, the
Yeah.
elderly, the handicapped. That's who he took money from.
Mm-hmm. And those are the ones that are going to be hurting the most, have been hurting the most, and are going to be hurting the most right now when the winter comes in.
They're hurting. And when the winter comes, you
Mhm.
mentioned it. It's going to be chaotic.
I've been seeing on the news about how many people are skipping on their insulin to try and make up for the food cost. That we've said it before. All those people that don't take their medication to make it last.
Thank you for all speaking to the community on the various issues. It takes time, guts, and willingness to put yourselves out there. Thank you, Erasmo, the ringleader. I'm not the ringleader. I understand what I understand. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And again, I appreciate it, but I'm going to give props, a lot of credit to Maggie, Sam,
Frankie.
Frankie, Kayla, Carlo, Mary Helen, great job. Linda Macias, these
Susan.
people, all this, Susan, Terry Lamas,
Yeah.
you, Nelda, everyone out there, because y'all made a choice. Y'all chose whether to keep quiet, remain silent, or to make your presence known. And let me tell you, I don't think ever in the time that I've been doing this political crap, never have I seen the presence of the community of Brownsville better represented.
Yeah.
Better represented by you, Nelda, by Maggie, by everyone out here. Because I'm going to do my best to bow down, to bow out, and let other individuals take the lead. I'm still going to be a part. I'm not going to be the ringleader. I'm not going to be the head. I am going to be your co-laborers, co-fighters, and together fight forward together. And I understand what you're saying, though. Kayla put heart into that struggle. Kayla, I love that woman. Let me tell you, her speech. You gotta go see it, Maggie. It's amazing. I did cry watching Kayla. A lot of people.
There's another good one too. Merida's there to feed Erasmo as he goes along during the day.
Yeah, and I thank you, Maria, for sending me that atole de calabaza that Maggie ate.
That stuff they did on the appraisals and homes. A lot of other people say like now gotta pay more tax.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, honestly, I feel
It's-
sorry for homeowners. They're over 65 and they can barely make it with their check.
With their checks, because again, what the internet finally says something smart. Because, and I mentioned this, I think in one of the meetings. It's a combination of a lot of things. This the PUB bills are the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
And not so much because of the bills, because people were still trying to find ways to pay it. but finding out what we all found out about that audit made that one sliver of straw weigh as heavy as a mountain,
Yeah.
because people who trusted, believed, had faith, have faith no more. Sadly, those ratas don't have a heart. I don't think they do. I like Carlo more when he and Maggie put that Abbott shirt after the election. Hey, Maggie. Good evening to you too.
What
Uh,
habit shirt?
who made the bet? Was it you and Carlo? No, Susan and Carlo made the bet.
Hey, Carlos, I don't know which that. I don't think that was me, was it?
No, it was Susan.
Oh, okay.
Great to see so many united to your cause and speak up on this injustice. Wish others that have a platform would unite instead of stalk someone with mental issues. Sad that they live off someone's misery.
And
Yeah,
this is true because this is what you're saying. What was it today that you were saying? For shame to the people in at the port, the county. Who else were you saying? There was somebody else that you said that
Breakfast
should be
Cosmos College.
yes, who should be standing up and demanding that these people get their just deserves.
Yeah, they have a platform
I thought about it,
and
Peter.
they've been quiet. Well,
Yeah,
Maggie, yeah,
I
baby.
thought about dressed up as Anderson Cooper. I did consider it.
I'm trying to figure out how I could dress like Tucker Carlson, or I'd probably rather be Greg Gutfield. I love Greg Gutfield. Vote for Vic. Did you ever have you ever seen Greg Gutfield after all, Maggie, or
I've
no?
never seen one of his shows. I've tried a little bit.
Amazing.
I
Vote
can't watch the whole show. I'll try.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just so funny. Most of it is funny, but his entering dialogue is amazing. Vote for Victor Frank and Carlos and Erasmo. I love
And
you,
we should put next, bring it back and put Victor, Frank, Carlos, Erasmo, and Carlos. Because
Carlos
it's
Castro.
Carlos Elizondo and Carlos Casco
Yeah,
also.
Erasmo, I haven't agreed with you in the past, but I stand with you in the community, and that's what we need. You know,
Hmm.
uh, uh, again, I I don't want yes people, guys. That is one of the things that I. This is one of the things that I have fought so hard in this community, because I hate yes people, because the yes people have been the ones that have placed us in this mess that we're in. I want
And
people.
what's the saying? Good leaders don't surround themselves with yes people. And that's exactly like you just said it.
I,
That's exactly what these leaders did.
yeah, I want Jesus to challenge me. I want to be
Yeah,
challenged. I want to be
yeah.
challenged by Carlo, and I am. I want to be challenged by Maggie, and I am. I want to be challenged by Kayla. I want to be challenged by people, because I believe, Jesus, in dialogue. I believe in us talking, discussing. Because at the end of the day, let me say this, and I've said this before. I have changed my stance on several issues because of the dialogue that I've read or heard or listened to from my page. I have literally changed some things that I believed in and I held hope. I thought that they were law for me, and I've changed on them because I have changed because of what you all have shared with me. And that's the only thing that I hope that I can bring forward, and we can continue to bring forward, is open dialogue discussion, because that is how we learn. Thanks, man.
Mhm.
And again, I appreciate it because you're fighting for the community, and that's all I care about. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican. I don't care if you're gay, straight, bi. I don't care if you're black, white, purple. It doesn't matter to me as long as
And
you're fighting for the
Jesus,
community.
now you also need to help us out and take five people or take as many as you can
Yasmin
to
has been
vote.
amazing. I missed out. Yasmin has been amazing. Let me tell you, don't know
Very
who,
vocal, right? On
very
the
vocal.
comments.
Don't know who Yasmin is, but let me tell you, my God, my God, my God, bringing up those posts, bringing up the past meetings, they added weight to our argument because they
Mhm.
showed that we have been fighting this for years. We knew what now everyone in Brownsville should know. It's called yin yang. Balance is key. Balance is important. It is. Susan has become an instant favorite for me along with it.
Mhm.
Yes, let me tell you. I mean, Linda blew my mind after that speech, literally. And I send her. She's going to be one of those people I send a link to every day because she's got something to say. and she is an amazing orator. Susan, let me tell you, and I'm hoping that both of them consider running for the city of Brownsville
Hmm.
in 2023. We'd be very, very fortunate, guys, to have these people on the ballot.
Absolutely.
And let me say this, guys, I will be out there pushing for anyone that is not a part of this corrupt political machine. Anyone. And I will do anything and everything I can. I will block walk for Susan. I will go out there, whatever. And she hasn't shared any desire to run for office. We need her to run for office. We need Nelda to get off her butt and to run for BISD board. I thought I'd throw that in there. Maggie needs to run. Night two
You
on
know
my
that was my fifth grade teacher, right?
ah,
You know that Gloria was my fifth grade teacher.
was she?
Hmm.
I didn't know that. Night two on my advanced corporate finance final almost done. Four more classes for my MBA. Congratulations, bro. Échale ganas. There she is.
Yay, Susan.
I sent you a link. It's amazing. Every single person makes uh, uh, a difference. We all have something to contribute, and that's what it takes to touch everyone and motivate everyone. Yes, exactamente. It's one of the things that I actually talked a little bit about it at church today. We all have our talents,
Hmm.
and our talents. Look, uh, I'm not that great at research. Susan is. So what I lack, Susan fills in. I'm not that well versed on other things. I'm pretty good at almost everything, and besides that, I'm handsome and totally not fat, which helps a lot. But it's those things that I'm lacking that other people bring to the forefront that helps out. Again, I'm going to say this: how did Rudy get all of that Tanasca paperwork? Give it to me.
Who printed it out? Because Rudy has money from Channel 5 News to print out.
Yeah, and I dare say that he submitted that open record request immediately. Let me tell you, I love Rudy Mireles, man. I sensed when I talked to him, guys. I sensed this anger, you know. And again, I know it's not going to cloud his journalistic integrity, but I sensed the anger because he shared with me, and I'm going to say what she shared with me. He goes, "My mother lives here. My mother's hurting." He goes, "You better believe I'm going after him." Like
Órale,
that
ganas
again.
con someone's jefa.
That's the type of fighter, and that's the type of journalist that we need in this area. Someone who is going to get to the bottom of it all. And let me tell you, I shared that picture where he had all those papers on that desk. That's what we need.
Hmm.
And I hear you, Susan. Let's stand up and say, "We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore." Votes Caballero Elizondo and Ortiz, CEO. Let me tell you guys, yeah, I was, going to be very hesitant in regards to going out there and saying because I am also running. Hesitant no more. Caballero Elizondo and Ortiz, without a doubt, no doubt. Thanks for all your efforts. I fought for our rights in the '60s and '70s. Look me up. Woo!
Miss Torres.
Yes. Maybe I should be sending you a link.
Hmm.
Let's do it. Let me know. PE is,
She's got experience.
yeah, yeah, and that's what we need. We need individuals that were part of the '60s and '70s who can organize. Join the club. We're having a meeting on Monday at 6 p.m., guys. Meeting on Monday at 6 p.m. Have some attorneys that are going to be present.
They're at your office.
It's going to be at my office. Have some individuals that want to speak to us in regards to a class action lawsuit. Monday at 6 p.m., guys. We are going to start to organize. And again, this comes from Mary Helen, the Sierra Club folks, and it comes from Linda and from everybody else. It's time. And I'm proud. And open invitation to anyone, city commissioners, county commissioners, anyone that wants to come on board. Let's kick them in the nuts.
That'd be a good song.
P is stay required for all the grade levels, and the little darlings need to learn lifelong physical activity. I never allowed my own children to be pulled from required classes, including electives. That's why you should be on the PUB board, on the BISD board. Oregano tea, Miss Maggie. Big
Oregano.
oregano. You say Oregon, I say oregano.
Oregano.
Oh,
Yeah, organo.
you Mexican, you. Vicks on the chest and back with hand towels directly on those areas under your shirt. Get better soon.
I haven't been coughing this much because I haven't been speaking this much.
De las chanclas. I like that, but I like the other one you made. La mantequilla. I care for him too much. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Need the community to want to get educated, not personal business. 100%. Maggie, you need to have hard candy or cough drops in mouth to keep your throat dry. Johnny B caught 5 reds today fishing on the bay.
Whoa,
Must be nice, bro.
that was nice. Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of funny. Did you
That's
see
why-
what he did on the meeting? He put a little rat on the podium.
I didn't see.
It's amazing. It was great. And someone said that John Brugiak had picked up the rat and put it in his pocket.
He put a little rat, like a little
Yeah,
plastic mouse,
yeah.
on a folder.
No, he put it on the podium where he was speaking.
No, he didn't.
It too.
Nice.
Amazing. Juan Montoya again. Yes, and I've mentioned Juan Montoya. Amazing. Let me tell you, I'm very, very fortunate. We as a community are very, very fortunate to have Juan Montoya because a lot of the things that I was sharing or the way that I was informing myself was through a lot of what Juan Montoya was posting. And again, guys, I believed everything. I believed everything that Juan Montoya posted in regards to the Tenasca deal and the Bruciak and all these people because I had inside information as well. But kudos to Juan Montoya. Amazing, amazing, amazing job. Uh, bueno, sí, eres hocicón. Well, yeah, without a doubt. Tetra has nothing to lose. She's on her way out. She kept nodding in agreement during a public audience. She needs to take a stand. Yes.
And be more vocal.
She needs to do what Commissioner Roy Las Chanclas is going to do tomorrow. Come out here and, face the fire. Let me tell you guys, one of the things about this show, we post everything out there. And again, guys, to all the other people, right now, let's stay focused. I don't want to talk about, look, let's not waste, and I don't want to say this to make it sound bad. Tomorrow, we have Commissioner Roy de las Chanclas coming on. He's going to give us updates in regards to Tenasca. Okay. And I'm not saying that, those commercial roads are not important. I'm not saying that MIDI cultural district is not important. I'm not saying that. It's all important.
We can't talk about the best tacos in town?
Not tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow, guys, please listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. We've got an hour and a half, an hour and 15 minutes with Commissioner Roy Las Chanclas, Tenasca, Brugiak, management, Tony Martinez. This is what right now is prevalent. And again, I'm not saying that all the rest isn't. Because people come out here and go like, what about my road? What about this? Guys.
I'm here to say, what about Renee? But I'll bring it up next week.
Next week. Everything is lesser than this. Che Brusiak. For nothing is secret that will not be revealed, nor anything hidden that will not be known to come to light. I said that first.
Before Nelda or before Luke?
Before the physician Luke. Good evening, guys. Ya regresó la Maggie. Tiempo. Papaya head is such a chocante puchi. Puchi. All speakers were so professional, passionate, and inspiring. Yes. And let me tell you, I don't know if you've seen the views on that. And I think John Shergold mentioned it. His thing got viewed like 5,000, 6,000 times.
No, I've flipped through it because I've been looking at what BISD has been doing.
Which is good. Wishing you a huge landslide win in these elections. Voting for you. Thank you, Memor. I appreciate that. We need that. And it would send let me say, guys, and as self-serving as it may sound, if we get a whole lot of people to go vote, Erasmo Castro, Carlos Casco, Carlos Elizondo, Frank Ortiz, uh,
Victor
Victor
Caballero.
Caballero, huh?
Victor Caballero.
Guys, if we go out there and win this election by a landslide, it will send a clear message to the city elections coming up in 2023 and
Mhm.
all other elections here on forward, guys. Ya estamos hasta aquí. No más, no more. I still feel the people that got charged late fees, reconnect fees during these times should get it credit back. Yes, and
Yeah.
this is what I made mention yesterday, guys. And again, we don't just want the head of Brusiak. We just don't want our rates to get rolled back, Maggie, to 42%. It's not enough. It's a good start. It's not enough. We want our money back. We want anyone and everyone that deceived, misled, pocketed, all of them to be prosecuted. Everyone. And we want safeguards put in place to guarantee that this will never happen again. Ever. That is the only way that the city commission, the county commission will regain our trust.
Yep.
And
And
do,
then we should still think about it.
yeah, do not lose sight, folks. It's not enough. Don't sit on your laurels. Don't rest on your laurels. It's not enough to get Brugiak out. It's not enough to get our rates because they were rolled back 22%. It's not enough. We want 42%. We want our money back. I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a rest behind how they do it. I don't care if they have to like Zeke Silva said, file bankruptcy, sell the buildings, do whatever the hell you need to do. I want that taken care of. I want people's money back. We got to get rid of this guy and everybody else. Prosecution, everything, guys. We
And
want
quit having all these yes people overlapping in different boards and commissions. Um, you're funny. Thanks. Go back real quick. I was gonna say two things. One, Yasmin, keep bringing this up because I think this is a good point. Also, that right this time right now, all these late fees and reconnect fees should be credited back, and the people should be getting their money back. And I hadn't thought about it, and I think this is a good point you need to bring up often. Two, that new building, they could be renting out that lobby for receptions and making money to pay back, to help pay back. If they say there's not enough money, they can use that. Who said? Susan said they have a butler in the bathroom. Now I want to go look. I know they don't, but I'm still tempted to go look. But that building is beautiful. That lobby is beautiful. There's like stained glass or something. I walked in and almost like I want to say it looked like a church or something. It reminded me of a church. But that lobby could be rented out for receptions and make some money and give it to the people.
Again, we didn't need that building.
No.
And when we're in an economic crisis,
right next to the old building that we didn't need to replace.
Yeah, you don't have no need for that building. None whatsoever.
Public is not even allowed to go into.
None. Folks. Zero need for that building. Need is the word. Not like the need of people to have their electricity. No way can the community put the audit behind us. Never. Eddie Trevino, never. From here on forward, never, ever, ever again. Ever. Okay, not the ringleader, just an example of how to put yourself out there. I know. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. And again, look, guys, I am the king of all local social media. I have the largest platform here in this area. With all this power comes great responsibility. And again, I do well enough to feed my own ego, my head.
On his own.
On my own. Let me tell you, if you think I only do this with you all know I do it with my church people too. I tell them, I remind them almost every sermon, I am the greatest pastor in Texas and north of Mexico, guys.
And Nuevo León.
And Nuevo León.
And he's always telling his cousins he's the best cousin they have.
And it's true.
And he tells his cats he's the best owner there is.
And they know it for a fact.
So it's a, so he doesn't really need this audience here to inflate his head. He does it on his own everywhere he goes.
Yeah, guys, y'all can flatter me all you want, and trust me, it will never get to the degree of the flattering I give myself.
Mm-mm.
Erasmo and Botoya have been alone in the wilderness shouting, but it was validated when the yes. And again, and I look, guys, and as much as I want to take credit for it, take into consideration, I do have the largest platform, even larger than all the blogs. I was able to bring it out into the community's view at a greater strength than Montoya, but I got it from Montoya. You know, it's like we mentioned tonight at church. Este, yo planté, Apolos regó, yo planté, Montoya regó. El crecimiento is you all. You give it the power, guys. The people give it the power. So what I planted and what Montoya what is it?
Regó,
Yeah, what do you say in English? Uh, fed. Or maybe it's the other side way around.
watered.
Whatever.
You know what
Water.
I mean.
Yeah, that one. You all gave it strength.
Mm.
And let me tell you, I think that this November 8th, they're going to feel our strength like they did with the arena. Todos somos Erasmitas.
That's a good one.
Love you, Mateo. I don't even know who you are. Este Viño y Tony Martínez tienen que ir a la cárcel. Yes, they got too greedy. That's why they got caught. Um, yes, but this is part of the problem, Joanna. It's blatant, you
Yeah,
know,
it's
blatant,
arrogant.
because they got to a point where they thought they were untouchable, untouchable. This is why Tony Martinez signed over. We have it, Maggie. He signed over a piece of property to himself that the city had gotten. He signed it over to himself. That's how blatant he thought that he could get away with
I
everything.
think this is where Trey Mendez was headed, but was smart enough to stop himself short when you started throwing him out there and showing us what he's doing. Tony Martinez and Eddie did not stop themselves short.
No, they didn't. And again, very quickly, because our hour is gone. We were only going to be on for 30 minutes.
Mhm.
Let me say, guys, the amounts of money, going from 28 million to now is the 135 million. It has just increased. Look at the 53 million that they stole at BISD. 53 million
And
for
that's what and that's what I was gonna say. And Rene Gutierrez is another one who hasn't stopped himself, and he's another one who's arrogant to think he's gonna get away with it. Arrogant
100%.
enough.
And he's not as good a speaker and not as smart of an individual. Let me tell you, 53 million disappeared at BISD that should have gone to a performing arts center for your children.
Mhm.
53 million.
And
We
I'd like
showed
to see where the 189 million also.
189 million from that ESSER funds.
Yes.
Guys,
This
this is
is year
your
two.
this is your money. PUB needs to share the math formula that they use to calculate fees. Those charges are more than electricity rates, 100%. Let's go through all the comments too. Yeah, a lot of people from Brownsville have a huge platform and have not yet mentioned anything about PUB issues, especially most of the small business owners and local Instagram following. Yes, Samantha, and that's what we need. We need, and this is my concern,
That's
Samantha.
why we need Sig Silva to come back.
Yeah, we need Silverback. This is my concern with the politicians. They have a huge platform, not as huge as Erasmo Castro. That's okay. But anyone out there, Samantha, needs to use their platform to inform more people. My glasses almost fell off. Inform more people of what they did to us to guarantee that they never, ever again feel brazen enough, emboldened enough to do it again.
Yeah, we're behind on the comments.
I
Orale.
love that statement, Maggie, about good leaders surrounding themselves with not yes people. Wish the principals will allow their teachers to opportunity to voice their yes, 100%. I can tell you that at least 20 of my family members have switched their votes. Yes, we need
Awesome.
more,
That
more,
I
more.
think this was also my math teacher, my seventh grade math teacher.
I love her. Susan and Linda have an automatic vote for me. Yes.
Hmm.
Carla Tawada for mayor. Yes. I mentioned that. Congratulations. Congrats, Luis. 100%. Sorry, I was at a BSD board candidate forum. It was great. It was great. And thank you. You could give us an update on it Friday. PUB and Bruciac and Trevino, Martinez, and Mendez have kicked our most vulnerable when they were already down. Shame on them, and only God can forgive them such a the leave of their arrogance behind 100%. We made a bet with Carlo. You included Erasmo. No se te olvide. If Beto wins, you wear a Beto shirt for a week. I promise that I will. And oh, that's right, Maggie. I think
Oh, so that wasn't me then.
didn't you and I agree that if Abbott won, you were going? Yes, you and I made this bet that if Abbott won, you were going to wear an Abbott shirt for a week, and if Beto won, I was going to wear a Beto shirt for a week. You and I made this bet. That's right.
I don't remember this bet.
We did. That's because you're sick, but that's right. 1 week, Maggie.
Carlos, I don't think I would have agreed to wearing an Abbott shirt.
You did. If you said that if Beto wins, I get to wear the shirt for a week. If Abbott wins, you get to wear the shirt for a week.
I might wear a MAGA shirt,
Okay, that's fine. I'll take
but the MAGA shirt I'm going to wear is Mothers Against Greg Abbott.
no.
Oh yeah.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Get the intimidators out. My niece works at the Democratic school and hates it. Oh yeah, veterans.
Veterans, I was going to say.
What happened to PUB?
Eduardo, watch a year's worth of shows.
Who was tampering with the water meters? ¿Y quién le pusiste el dedo, Erasmo? Yo le puse dedo a todos. Mi gente, necesitamos que se unan a la lucha, 100%. But see, that's why it's important that we need to form in Brownsville, live in Brownsville, and be connected to the plug to the community. It doesn't work when you work here and live in the island. That's 100%. Why are the federals at PUB? Because they stole from us. Uh, Coaches hate it, teachers hate it, students hate it, and all are intimidated. Let's end that. Como dicen, cuentas claras, amistades largas. This is our moment to stand together and make our community better. I will be there at the meeting. Count on it. Yes, I love you. That we need people from here is what I meant. Yeah, 100%. Who is going to lead the class action lawsuit against PUB? We have actually a couple of attorneys, but I will be the lead. Mi gente, necesitamos que se unan a la lucha. No todos están allí. This is the people's community land. Yeah. We can talk about anything you'd like, Maggie. Woo! Kinky. Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow. I'll bring my wig. Chicka, bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Bring her Anderson Cooper wig. And Commissioner Los Chancas is not going to know the difference. Ezequiel was really good too. Yes. How much is your PUB bill now at Erasmo? $450. We want a change in city charger. Yes. Great point. Always. Sell the building to SpaceX. Great idea. So if PUB was lying about Tanasca, isn't that deception white collar crime? Yes. Very good. You're catching up. County suggested the city bag their cut, pay back their cut from PUB fee collections. Does this mean the city will give refunds too? Not sure, but let me tell you, same thing. PUB city, same thing. PUB needs to pay back what they owe. Use the new building as an arena, and it would make enough to pay back. Great idea. That's what.
If we have that many concerts coming in.
Yeah. Erasmo was Moxie. Has Moxie.
Has Moxie.
Yeah. That was actually my stripper name. Moxie Foxy. Foxy Moxie. Foxy Moxie. A previous life. A city fees. PUB gave the city a portion of the rate hikes they implemented for Tanasca. Cultivated 100%. We will always have the eye on the suspicion of every project being this. This is for the possible new candidates if elected. You will also have to be subjected to the president to take it. That's the way the community will heal and start earning trust again. Yes, it'll be several years before we can feel the ease 100%. And as minions, I need a shirt. I propose to rename the street PUB is on from Robin Hood Drive to Rata Road.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Who gets all the money from PUB? Do they report all the earnings to PUB to IRS? No. Agripina, that's her name. Sorry. We need everyone to step up. Yes. I forgot. Agripina, amazing job. Amazing, amazing, amazing job. Agripina is the one that's organizing the meeting for Monday. She's actually bringing finger food. Monday.
You need
Six.
to buy a cake at Osmo.
Oh, okay. I can do that. I'll go to that Sweet Notes place, the one you love so much. Do I speak to? Who do I speak to get my trash can replaced? Lid broke. I've been calling PUB for the past 2 weeks and no one answers. Well, yeah, they were. You could ask Commissioner Dos Santos. Not tomorrow.
No, we're not supposed to talk about anything else. Listen,
I know.
I think it really does take about a month to get it replaced because my parents were on the same. They had the same problem, and it took them. I want to say 6 weeks. And I called to check on it, and they were like, "Yes, it's on the list. We're gonna get to it."
Speaking in Spanish was very touchy for me. And that's what my father did not speak English. You spoke por los que no pueden. And let me say, I did the switch. I did the switch because what Linda said and what everybody else had said before me was on point. You know, I didn't want to go out there and repeat the same thing, so I wanted to try and make sure that people who are Spanish speakers knew what was going on. Maggie was not on the bet.
Where is it?
Carlo, you.
Where is it?
It was Carlo and Erasmo. Yeah.
Look.
If you win, make sure you don't block people from the public page. Mayor Mendez block people. Look, everyone is on my. I can't block anyone from my page anyway, so it's okay. From my candidate page, it was just you, me, and Carlo. Oh, it was Carlo and Erasmo. That's what Kayla was saying. Even though his wife was saying no in the background. Carlo and myself. Okay, Carlo, remember that.
Thank you, Carlos.
I should have taught you better, Maggie.
You taught me well, Miss Benavides.
Both bets were with Carlo. Carl, damn, people know what's going on more than me.
Thank you.
Change community meetings to 6 p.m. 100%.
Yes, this is a good point. Because
Yeah.
this is another one we need to bring up. BISD, remember this in November. Remember November. BISD had that meeting where they upped the taxes during the day when no one could show up to discuss it or to make a comment about it. Hey, Chris.
I love Chris is another one. I love Chris. Chris has been always very, very vocal, and we need that.
And he makes good comments on his.
Yes, 100%.
By the way, Chris, every time I read one of your comments on, I tell my husband, look, Chris, because my husband and Chris know each other.
Oh, really? A pilot. Great guy. I love Chris. I actually had some of my signs at his place. Ya me tengo que dormir. Okay, me too. Gotta go. Let's do this. I don't think public reports all the earnings of PUB IRS, so that would be fraud. Let's see. Always get them on IRS. Hola, hey, Royal.
Where's he been?
Crazy. I want to donate.
To what?
Oh, for the meeting? Yeah, bring food or bring cash. I'll take your cash.
Or bring snacks.
Or bring
or
snacks.
sweets.
Call 546 help for trash cans and issues. Great job. Call 546 help trash cans issues. That's great. And they've always been very helpful and very, very kind to me at 546 help. Where is the class action lawsuit taking place so I could go? Monday at 6 o'clock.
At his.
Yes. I replaced mine the same day. My neighbor had to call and get his replaced, and it took him 2 weeks to get it. Commissioner, the Chancla never did anything about my request to have road bumps on my street. He said he'd look into it. Don't ask him tomorrow.
Wait.
He's going to look into it on his own tomorrow.
Yeah, but not tomorrow.
During the day, because he's good like that.
Proud of you.
Wait, no, I think she's talking to me.
Oh, it was me.
No.
My head. How many people are involved in the deception, stealing, PUB? Again, for sure, Tony Martinez, Eddie Trevino, Brusiak, and management. Again, I said this before, and I said this yesterday. There is probably another report, another list out there that we are not privy to yet. I'm sure the commissioners are, and other individuals are, and a lot more names are going to come out. And that's what is important. Maki Aguirre also. You're amazing, Mika. Always has been. I was kidding. That was cute. But no one answered Maggie. I haven't been able to speak with anyone because no one answers. I just got a hold. 546 help, Lucy. Do a class action lawsuit against Cameron raising the taxes. That's a little bit harder.
We're caught up.
Yeah, this is amazing. That's why I asked now. Good job. The controller must be involved as well. Yes. Look, I'm not doubting that a federal, state, local are now going to be involved. I just don't see any way that it's not going to happen. And I say that because this has become one of those pies that whoever picks up and takes a bite out of is going to be a hero. You know? Does that make sense? And I'm sure our local, state, and federal want a chunk of that pie. Because let me tell you, people are pissed. Hi, Nerida, hermosa. We need stories for the kids. How
From
huh?
from the kids.
From the kids. How they view the have to pay utilities. Yeah, let me tell you that's
That would be a good one too if we could get a kid up there to talk.
guys have a great evening. Thank you, Maggie. Uh, sorry, sorry, Maggie. A while ago, you guys did make that same bet too. Yes, Maggie, I remember.
I remember something like it, but I don't remember an Abbott shirt. I think
I,
we bet like $1.
I think it was a hat or something.
No, I want to say it was like $1 or a lottery ticket or something like that.
Let's
Because
make,
that sounded familiar, but not wearing a shirt.
let's make the bet now.
No,
Come on, Maggie.
no,
Yep, I remember. You see, even your teacher remembers.
no. I think she's remembering something else.
Abbott shirt. Ah,
No,
yeah, Maggie. Let's do it, Maggie. Make the bet. Damn it.
I am not going to wear an Abbott shirt.
If Abbott wins, you wear an Abbott shirt for a week. If Beto wins, I'll wear. Look, I'll wear a Beto shirt for 2 weeks.
No.
You don't have faith in your candidate?
Maggie, come on, Maggie.
No, I'm afraid Abbott's going to win. That's why. I am afraid.
3 days, and I'll do 2 weeks. 3 days, 3 shows.
What would you care? I think we had bet $1. That
Okay,
was
Maggie.
it.
1 show, and I'll do a week. 1 show, Maggie.
I hate Abbott that much. That
Maggie, do it for Francis.
someone gave me MAGA, Make America, what was it? Make America Read Again or something like that. And I couldn't wear it because I hate Abbott so much. I mean Trump so much that I was unwilling to wear the MAGA. And it was all about reading.
1 show, Maggie. 1 show.
No.
1 show.
No.
I'll do it for a week. 1 show, Maggie.
No.
Chicken.
No. Well, yeah, but oh yeah. I'm not gonna wear an Abbott shirt. Me sale- Thanks a lot. I was just thinking she was my best math teacher ever.
When is the meeting to vote on the charter and where?
They said in 2023.
Yeah, but we're going to meet Monday, and that's going to be one of the topics that we're going to discuss. The charter, creating our own charter committee. Monday at 6:00. Commissioner Santos is welcome to come. God bless you both. Good night, good evening. Good evening. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take some pie for visuals on how much they took from us. I love it. This is the kind of stuff that I love. Saludos para mami. Ay, gracias. I think that's to you. I can take my kiddo. Yes, of course. Oh, yes, to speak. Good job. Amazing. Make America God again. Where is the federal funds? Because Brownsville streets are terrible. Horrible. I'll buy dinner. Love you.
Órale, Chris.
Don't do it, Maggie. No, to be. Guys, have a great evening. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. See you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with Sam Martinez. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.